Hey, this is the Antisocial Socialite back at it again. Shout out to all the wonderful new subscribers and returning friends. Welcome. If you are new to the channel, you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for, darling? Hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell. So when I get to running this mouth, baby, you are in the loop. You see the title, you know what time it is. Brittany Renner is back at it again, being goofy, talking some cash rubbish on social media. This time she's in her car talking about she's ready for a stepdaddy. Let's see what she's got to say. I'm going to come back with my commentary.
It's officially stepdaddy season. Yeah, what up? I got the car seat in the back. Let's go to the park. Don't let your baby mama or your baby daddy block your blessings. I know in theory it sounds good keeping the same person to have kids with, but that's insanity as well. So if it doesn't work out with them, it'll work out with someone else. Okay? It just will. That's how that goes. And trust me, I know it's ghetto. It is so ghetto being a baby mama, and thinking about multiple baby daddies is scary. But you, my baby, gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. So we're moving forward, onward, upward. Okay. I know a lot of you are skeptical about talking to people with children, but I can assure you, the baby mamas now, today, we don't give a damn. You can have them. I have exited the rat race. I am not a threat. I want you to be around for a long time, not a good time. You can hold my son, put him on your story. I trust his judgment. I really do. I really do. I just want you guys to be happy. I swear I do. Now, I'm not a threat, but I can't speak for the other hoes that you don't know about. Maybe odds ever be in your favor. But I am here for it. Okay, like, people move on. Save you should have got the ring first. It wasn't gonna work out anyways. It just wasn't gonna work out. Let's laugh together and let's raise this baby, Oh, it's ghetto. It's so fucking ghetto. In conclusion, stepdaddy season. Big aura, big lumber, big follow through need only apply.
Okay, so
it's officially stepdaddy season. Yeah, what up? I got the car seat in the back. Let's go to the park. Don't let your baby mama or your baby daddy block your blessings.
Okay, so the first thing she comes out and she says is, this is officially stepdaddy season. Okay, and the question is, we just did a video recently of a woman saying, is it okay to date while pregnant? And so you can see that there are still women who are delusional to think that men are just signing up en masse to be the father to other men's children. Brittany Renner isn't just somebody who is, attractive to somewhat, to a degree. She's not just a woman with a child. She's a woman who basically did an entire viral video talking about how she's an industry pass around, and then she's got like some weird yeast infection, and people don't need to ask her about the body count, probably because at this point she's lost track. And so when she comes into, I don't know what it is about the car, but she's in the car yet again, spouting some deranged rubbish, talking about, it's stepdaddy season. I know that men are queuing up to have sex with you because there's some kind of, I don't even want to use the word, but there's, I have my own thoughts as to why men like to run trains on various women and pass around the same chick. I think some of it is esteem issues. They understand that if you like my boy and my boy is like me, then automatically you're going to like me, so I don't have to work so hard. Obviously, she's part of the industry. She's an accessory to the industry, which is, the party favor. And so, yeah, you may have a queue of guys wanting to sleep with you because, they get a little bit of clout off of you and vice versa. But, to sign up to be the father of your child, that's a completely different ask. And it's funny because she then mentions at the end, I know you guys are a little bit skeptical about dating women with children. And I had to wonder, is she talking about the stuff that's going on in the manosphere, especially with the meteoric rise of Kevin Samuels? Celebrities are taking note, people all over the globe are noticing him. And this idea and this the narrative about, stay away from single mothers, once you step on that slippery slope, the floodgates might open. And so, yes, men are saying more and more, saying no to single mothers. And so, in that video that I did about the woman asking, is it okay to date while pregnant? I might link it here. You know, um, I said that you're a single mother before you ever have a child because it's a mentality. I did actually cover the story of PJ Washington and Brittany, and how, she didn't really go into the relationship with him because she wanted him, or she wanted a stable family or anything. She went into that relationship because she wanted a baby. She's aging out of the thought game. She's going to start losing her looks. She's going to start losing her, her clout and her quote unquote charm. The thing that made men want to sleep with her has kind of run its course. So for her to be able to move to the next phase of her life and secure some type of bag, basically, the baby was maybe the next logical option. Even if she stops getting, offers for sex, she stops getting fluted out, and things like this, at least she can count on that child support money that, and so or to be able to say she's the baby mama of a certain dude. And obviously a lot of the older guys that she dealt with, they weren't stupid enough to get her pregnant, where she really could have been sitting on a fat wad of cash. But she was able to, put that thing on a young guy who was inexperienced in life and immature, thinking with his, the wrong head, as it were. And she was able to basically finesse him out of a baby. Now, obviously, he's not completely innocent in the matter, because she did write a book. She's got videos talking about what she thinks of athletes, that they're dumb, they don't use contraception. So it wasn't like he was completely in the dark and she just showed up out of nowhere. But of course, at the end of the day, this is the culture. This is why I tell men, you can't play into the swag game, you can't play into the simp game. You can't just be besotted with a woman because maybe you had a crush on her or something, because at the end of the day, she may have an ulterior motive. She's not just there because she wants to build a happy relationship and a family with you. There is something else going on there. And with Brittany Renner, this was her next, her next wave to ride. If her ability to get passed around was drying up, now it's time to have a kid. Maybe she can try and reinvent herself. There's clearly something wrong with her. I feel like she has, some mental instability or some kind of neuroticism in there, because she comes across as very scatty. The way that she kind of flits from thought to thought, it's incoherent. Not really incoherent like rambling garbage, but it's clearly not thought out, thought out mindset. So she turns around and says, I've got the car seat in the back, as if that's something that most men are going to um, find appealing. It's either an intense lack of self-awareness, or she really feels like, I'm proving myself as a good mom because look, I've got a car seat in the back. She then starts to negotiate, talking about, I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready, to I want my child to bond to somebody new. And it's like, why would you go to the great lengths to bring other men in around your child when you could just ensure that the child's biological father could have access to their child? And the thing about it is this, we're still on this topic of, give the child to the father. You're making it hard, allegedly or seemingly, for the father of the child to see the child, but you want to bring a stranger in and you don't even know if that person could be abusive. I know that, Brittany has a son, but boys get molested and interfered with, almost as much as girls. And so, and we don't even know if it's more so, but boys don't report it. So why would you be advertising that I've got a vulnerable person in my care, and can you just come over? That in and of itself is irresponsible. It shows a lack of maturity. It shows a lack of forethought. And again, this is not to bang on single mothers, but this is what we're talking about when people say, the single mother has a certain thought process. And the way that she ended up with a child and no partner to help her raise that child is a symptom of a bigger problem. The same way that she haphazardly, and okay, you could argue that she calculatingly tracked PJ in order to get that, that bag, secure that child. Maybe no one else was going to give her a baby. And so this was the only way that she could maybe get one to dupe some younger guy and, trying to feign like she's ready to settle down, and really she wasn't. But there's still a lack of long-term thought in there. Okay, in the meantime, you're getting a bag, you're getting a little extra publicity, your career is getting a little extra wind, but this is not a handbag or a pair of shoes. You've brought an entire whole life into the world that now has to be cared for and nurtured, protected, and then help to shape them into a productive adult. And so the fact that she's now, I've got the baby, check. Okay, I've got the sperm, check. Okay, now let me go and find a new guy. That's the next thing on her list. She really is being selfish, but she's also just being completely unrealistic in what she's asking for. Once again, why do you feel the need to jump on social media to publicize that you're looking for a stepdad? I mean, it almost feels like at any moment, maybe she'll put a sign in the newsagent's window, I'm looking for a stepdad to work between these hours or something, because it's almost like she's trying to find somebody to fill a position. But then, as Kevin Samuels often says, a lot of these women who are single moms, are you really looking for a partner, or are you looking for a stepdad? So should we commend Brittany Renner for actually saying out and out, I'm looking for a stepfather for my child. And we know that there's an Instagram page called Stepdaddy Season. And I find this page so disturbing because not only does it set a terrible example for the children who are, the children of the people who use the page, but again, why are you publicizing to the world that you are a lone mother, and you have vulnerable people in your care, and you're basically inviting random men to come into the lives of your kids for them to set bad example, maybe to steal or even to molest and harm you and your children? It's just completely irresponsible. Okay, so Brittany Renner really has
I know
a
in theory it
confused
sounds
mind.
good keeping the same person to have kids with, but that's insanity as well. So
and again, it's not insanity. There's nothing insane about having all your children with one person. I don't understand what she finds insane about that, but the fact that you would even open your mouth to say that is insane. It's confusing, it's stressful, it's problematic, it's risky. I'm not gonna condemn people who have multiple children with multiple men, but it just is what it is. It's a lack of stability. You also have to think about this fact that, say you have children with different fathers, and one of the fathers is very involved, but obviously he's not obliged to care for the other children. He comes there to see his child, and he doesn't necessarily have to acknowledge the other children that this woman has. What does that do to the psyche of those children? Because the child who is able to interact with their father may feel guilty because they see that their sibling's father doesn't get involved. How does the child who doesn't have an active father feel about their sibling because they're jealous that they have a relationship that this one doesn't have? So it creates a whole host of problems when you're bringing different men into the situation. And obviously, women don't understand the psychological impact of their children seeing them with different men. coming into the kitchen and finding a different random dude standing in the kitchen and things like that. It's going to psychologically damage a child. So why would you be so preoccupied with trying to satisfy your own personal need that you would put your child psychologically through that? And obviously a lot of people don't think about it like that because it's now become so commonplace.
If it doesn't work out with them, it'll work out with someone else. Okay? It just will. That's how that goes. And trust me, I know it's ghetto. It is so ghetto being a baby mama, and thinking about multiple baby daddies is scary. But
so at first she said it's strange, or it's crazy, or it's weird that you would have all your children with one man. But then afterwards she said, I know it's ghetto. So how can it be strange and also ghetto?
But you, my baby, gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. We're moving forward, onward, upward. Okay. I know a lot of you are skeptical about talking to people with children, but I can assure you, the baby mamas now, today, we don't give a damn. You can have them. I have exited the rat race. I am not a threat. I want you to be around for a long time, not a good time. You can hold my son, put him on your story. I trust his judgment.
And then there was just a period of incoherent babble, like the baby mamas of today, you can have them or something. I don't know what that means. Then she's like, I've exited the rat race. Well, when was the last time you ever had a real job? Posting pictures on IG and getting flown out by rappers and NBA players is not really something that fits into a particular job description. And so obviously I don't know what rat race you're talking about, because you probably haven't had a job ever in your life, literally taking selfies and collecting money for being reasonably attractive when you're done up, because this is not that hot right now, is obviously not a real profession. Sorry to break it to you. So I don't understand what that was all about. Then she's like, I trust my baby's judgment. Like, don't get me wrong, some children don't like going to strangers, and they will go to some people. Like, I remember I had a friend who had a little daughter, and I just came in. I mean, I babysat her, so she kind of recognized me. But when I hadn't seen her for a little while, I came in, I just stuck my arms out, and she just leaned over and came straight to me. And then the friend was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. My daughter doesn't really go to anybody just like that. And, all you did was like, come to me, and she just came to you. So, yeah, I do feel like some children, they're hesitant to engage with different people. But again, how can you be a grown adult person and you're allowing your infant, this child isn't even one yet, and you're already planning to put that baby into the arms of a strange man? I just don't understand.
I really do. I really, really do. I just want you guys to be happy. I swear. I do. Now, I'm not a threat, but I can't speak for the other hoes that you.
And then she's talking about she's not a threat, but you are already a threat because you took a man's sperm, knowing full well that you didn't want to be in a relationship with him. You knew that you didn't want the relationship. You just wanted to satisfy your biological need because you're getting close to 30. And you know that if you get pregnant for somebody famous, you can secure a decent bag. It's literally just that simple. And so when you say you're not a threat, again, it just shows a huge lack of self-awareness. And then she has the heart to call other women hoes, but you literally have built an entire reputation and career on hoeing.
You don't know about, maybe odds ever be in your favor. But I am here for it. Okay? Like, people move on. Save you should have got the ring first. It wasn't going to work out anyways. It just wasn't going to work out.
And of course it wasn't going to work out, because at the end of the day, she didn't actually go into the relationship with PJ with the intention of staying together with him in the first place. The intention was just to get the baby. And so, you know, even if he proposed to her, she probably wouldn't have accepted it because deep down she didn't like him like that.
Let's laugh together and let's raise this baby, you know? Oh, this ghetto. It's so fucking ghetto. In conclusion, stepdaddy season. Big aura, big lumber, big follow through need only.
You know, so she thinks this is one big hilarious joke. Obviously, to a degree, she has to do all that rubbish because she needs to save a little bit of face, because she was trying to reinvent herself and she was embarrassed from, a while back. But now she's out here talking about big auras and big lumbers, and it's still all about her. It's still all about what she wants, and it's just ridiculous the way that she's giggling and laughing about something so serious. I think maybe at the time when she thought about this, having a baby for PJ, it seemed like a good idea. She was going to trap him. It was going to be amazing. And now maybe the reality of single motherhood is kicking in, and a lot of things that she thought she would get maybe haven't come to fruition. Now she's out here desperately scrambling. I do believe that there's some kind of neuroticism in there, maybe like some borderline personality disorder where she goes from one extreme emotion to the next because the thought process is too erratic, and the way that she is up and down. She's trying to be serious, then she's giggly, then she's turning to the back of the car, then she's trying to be philosophical. It's just one big mess. Now, I know a lot of men, they like to talk about crazy, and crazy P is good P, but trust me, in the long term, you will suffer. Being connected to this woman for a minimum of the next 18 years is not a good look. It's not a good look. And it's almost scary what could be happening when you are the child of somebody so clearly out of control. Well, that's all I've got for this one. I really appreciate everyone who came through. We are fast approaching 1,000 subscribers. I'm already thinking about a giveaway or something that we can do to celebrate. So please share the video with somebody who needs to see it. Pick one of the hands and hit them, either a thumbs up or give it a thumbs down. Obviously, hit the notification bell. Make sure that it is set to all. And as always, please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.